Turning to grocery delivery services to bring home the bacon and so much more. Consumer Reports has advice on the best way to use them. Here's Better Call Harry.
Carolina Coria loves the convenience of her grocery delivery service.
Saves me a lot of time. I don't have to go to the supermarket and kill 2 hours of my day shopping.
In just 1 year, Google searches for grocery delivery rose by nearly 40%. Are you interested in trying one out? Consumer Reports put 7 grocery delivery services to the test by ordering the same products from each company. While some of those services ship directly from a warehouse, others use a personal shopper at a local store. Shipped, owned by Target, and Amazon Prime Now led the pack in Consumer Reports' overall satisfaction score. However, all the services generally met expectations. To get the best out of the service you choose, CR has some tips. First, inspect your delivery. Got a bruised banana, for example?
If you're not satisfied, all the services will offer a refund, replacement, or a credit voucher.
While some services, like Fresh Direct, packed food thoroughly, others didn't take recommended safety precautions with raw meat and poultry.
If there's a space for special instructions when you're placing the order or some way to communicate with your shopper, indicate which items you want packed separately to avoid leakage and cross-contamination.
And be sure to pick your delivery window carefully.
The USDA recommends that you refrigerate your perishables within 2 hours of shopping, 1 hour if the temperature is above 90 degrees. So you'll want to do that immediately.
Carolina says she always does that with her groceries, and once they're put away, she enjoys more time at home.
The time that we save is my absolute favorite part.
An online grocery shopper for life. Consumer Reports says before you commit to an online grocer, see if there's a 30-day free delivery trial to make sure it works for you. I'm Better Call Harry with your Consumer Reports.
This is CBS 46 News at 5. Getting results. Now on CBS 46 News at 5.
Beat the Irish! A dirty move or clean fun. How a small town is showing their support for the Bulldogs ahead of their game with the Fighting Irish.
Like, put us on the map.
A list surfaces saying that a teacher here at Autre Middle School labeled kids as devils and angels, and now apparently saying this was racially motivated.
Today, a community is rallying around its youth and teaching tough lessons after 3 teens were killed in an attempted home invasion.
Best believe y'all not gonna see another death here.
While the foreign minister of Iran is threatening
an all-out war,
we're here to build out a coalition aimed at achieving peace.
The war of words escalates between the U.S. and Iran. I'm both the imam at the White House, where the administration continues to weigh its response to the attack on Saudi oil facilities.
But first, we're following breaking news right now in DeKalb County. Flames sparking on freight trucks that run through Brookhaven. Right now, Chopper 46 is flying over the scene. As you can see, some interactions nearby have been shut down because of heavy smoke and public safety concerns. Again, there have been numerous fires along those tracks running through Brookhaven. No injuries have been reported right now, but of course we'll keep you updated as we continue to learn more. In the meantime, CBS 46 is all about football. It is that time of the year. So exciting. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Miller.
And I'm Ashley Thompson. Like she said, CBS 46, the only place to see the best head-to-head matchups in pro, college, and high school football this weekend. The most anticipated game, of course, the Georgia game on Saturday. Let's begin with CBS 46's Brittany Edney live in Athens tonight, where the excitement is really growing. Brittany.
Hey guys, yeah, it sure is. And with 93,000 tickets being sold to Sanford Stadium on Saturday to watch this big game, a lot of businesses out here on Broad Street, well, they are gearing up for game day as well. Head to Broad Street in Athens, then just follow the booze. That'll lead you to the land of late night eats, where football is essentially a religious experience and a bulldog its shining deity.
Sing 'em, go Dogs!
With restaurants preparing their altars to serve the bulldog's massive following.
You won't be able to move in here. Line from the door to the register, nowhere to stand. Out front, it's going to be the same way.
At the taco stand, prep is underway.
Extra cookings of beef, beans, rice, making extra chips, cheese dip, vegetables, just getting everything we need to be ready for them.
On game day, they'll have extra staffing and supplies. There'll be no shortage of spirits. That stock has been quadrupled. Yeah, you heard it, quadrupled. And regardless of your affiliation, everyone can partake in the elixir of the gods.
If they want to spend their money in Athens, we'll be glad to take it.
Coming up at 6, a small town outside of Athens, about 45 minutes away from here. Well, it is going viral for a bold move that it has made in support of the Bulldogs. And coming up, you get to decide, is it a clean, fun move or a little bit of a dirty one? I'll have that story just ahead. But for now, reporting live in Athens, I'm Brittany Edney, CBS 46 News.
Thanks, Brittany. Well, don't have tickets to the game, but still planning to tailgate in Athens? We've got you covered right here. Take a look at some of these tips we found today. No tailgate setups are allowed before 7 a.m. on Saturday. Charcoal grills are allowed, but open wood burning is not. You're not allowed to use UGA resources like power and cable hookups for your tailgate, and you must provide your own power and video sources. And while recliners may be comfortable, household furniture is not allowed. Only folding chairs are permitted. And open containers with alcohol are not allowed on county streets and sidewalks. And they will be monitoring for that this weekend. And we have all of this information, plus more of what you need to know for the big game on the CBS 46 News app. Brittany?
Ashley, thank you for that. CBS 46's Fred Khalil is at the College Football Hall of Fame, where some former UGA and Notre Dame players are gathering tonight. So what does it look like there, Fred?
Well, right now, Brittany, they're just kind of setting up, but it's going to be a very, very big night here because this is kind of a reunion of sorts between Georgia and Notre Dame. Of course, you go all the way back to 1981, January 1st of 81. That was the Sugar Bowl in which Georgia beat Notre Dame to win the national championship 17-10. You know, this right here is probably where people are going to be stopping for interviews. Yeah, so it was a very good game. I remember all that. Yes, it was very good. Nice to be here. You know, you get those pictures taken from all the big things. And then, of course, Georgia won 20-19. That was in 2017. Jake Fromm's coming out party, as I like to say, at quarterback at the University of Georgia. So it was 2017. And now this year, another very big game because both are ranked in the top 10. It's the biggest game in Athens, I think, since LSU and Georgia locked up a couple of years ago when both were ranked in the top 10. But this, I think, is bigger than an SEC game because you've got two programs with like national threads, national prominence, national credibility. And I think that's what makes this game so big. You know what else makes it big? It's going to be on CBS 46, guys. We're going to have the dog show between 7 and 8, and then 8 o'clock, Notre Dame and Georgia kick it off in Athens at Sanford Stadium, Dooley Field. So be sure to join us all weekend long here on CBS 46.
It is football time, Fred. Thank you so much. You hear Ella? She's a dog, aren't you, Ella? CBS 46, as you just heard Fred say and heard Ella barking, is all about football. The Georgia game is expected to be the highest attended game in UGA football history. Extra stands are being built. Let's put this into perspective. This is so the stadium can accommodate an extra 500 fans, y'all. CBS Sports will also be in Athens taking over Georgia game day at that theater. It'll be great.
Yeah, and remember, Saturday's game can only be seen right here on CBS 46. You're going to watch the dog show at 7. Then at 8 o'clock, we'll have some more football. Then on Sunday, more football here on CBS 46. First at 11:30 a.m., Tailgate 46. Then at 1, it's the Falcons versus the Colts.
And even more football, don't forget about the Great Atlanta Bash. It all starts with South Atlanta versus Washington on Saturday morning. Remember, you can watch all of Saturday's games on Peachtree TV. The action begins Saturday at 10.
Oh, I just get butterflies when I see Sanford Stadium between the hedges. So much love on that field. Whew. Gonna be a good game, guys. The weather's gonna be absolutely perfect. For tailgating on Saturday through the day, it will be warm but dry. Low humidity, temperatures will top out in the mid 80s. But by kickoff, it's gonna be a night game. The sun will set about 40 minutes before kickoff. Temperatures will be in the mid 70s, mild and comfortable. This is what it'll look like. Beautiful, sunny skies. We are getting our first taste of fall this afternoon. Temperatures topping out in many areas in the upper 70s to low 80s. And tonight, we'll see temperatures fall even into the 50s. Coolest night in over 4 months with morning lows about 10 degrees cooler than last night. Now tomorrow, pretty much a carbon copy of today. Low humidity, light winds, No clouds in the sky and temperatures in the low 80s. This weather will carry into the weekend, so we're in for beautiful weather over the next 3 days. Dry conditions. The drought monitor was issued today. It does not look good for Georgia. I'll show you that coming up in just a minute. Also, we got to talk about the tropics. Humberto, Imelda, and Jerry. I'll show you where they are and how they're affecting the U.S. throughout the hour. First, though, it is time to check on the roadways with Glenn. He doesn't have that great of news this afternoon, Glenn.
Nope. I got a lot of traffic for you. So we're dealing with a lot of traffic on 285. This is northbound near Lawrenceville Highway. You can see just right in that area right there, not really moving at all. Let's take a closer look. Right now where we're going into, actually it was a disabled vehicle that had happened right here. It has since moved out of the area, so it's starting to clear up just a little bit in this area. We'll move over so you can see exactly what we're talking about. Southbound, 14 miles per hour. Right here going into Pebblebrook Estates, going into the near the Chattahoochee right there. Then we go to the other side, talking about that southbound, eastbound lanes of southbound 12 miles per hour right there. When we take a look at what's going on at the top of the perimeter altogether. 18 minutes to get from 285 westbound from Georgia 400 to I-75. Flip it and reverse it is 10 minutes to do the opposite way. So you're definitely gonna have to just move slowly in the area because traffic is there. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with another look at traffic. Gonna send it back over to the desk.
Thank you, Glenn. In Gwinnett County, a 1-year-old child is back in safe arms after the baby's father ignited a SWAT situation. This all happening at an apartment complex in Tucker. Police say after an argument, the 20-year-old father tried smothering the mother with a pillow and also pulled a gun. She was able to escape but was forced to leave the baby behind. SWAT officers found the baby unharmed, and just a few hours ago, the father, Jamal Alexander, did turn himself into officers.
And we now know the name of the man found shot to death on Delmar Lane last night. Investigators say 20-year-old Tamal Daniels was shot in the chest just after 8 o'clock. Right now, there are few details about what led up to that shooting. We're still working to find out whether police are looking for any suspects. We'll keep digging and let you know what we learn. And in DeKalb County today, 2 high school students are facing charges after they brought a loaded handgun to school. Staff at Columbia High School searched one of the kids after they smelled what they thought was marijuana. They found the gun, and officials learned the student actually got it from another student. The weapon was confiscated and no one was hurt.
A Kennesaw middle school teacher has been fired after a list surfaced labeling kids angels and devils. One parent is, of course, outraged about this, saying it's racially motivated. CBS 46's Ayanna Crystal covering the story for us today out of Kennesaw. You have to tell us more about this, Ayanna.
Brittany, one of the parents whose son was on the list is justifiably upset. She says that the students, the black ones, were listed under the Devils columns, while the white students were listed under the Angels columns. Now, the Cobb County School District is saying that these lists were not based on race. This is the note that we want you to see that was found by one of the students on the desk saying homeroom third period an actual nightmare. A student at Autry Middle School saw this, took a picture and shared what was on the note with parents. One parent says the substitute teacher described the black children as devils and white children as angels. The school district said in a statement that the teacher was let go after Autry administration was made aware of the inappropriate comments about the both black and white students. The district doesn't tolerate any adult we employ making comments of any kind which are disrespectful in any way. Now, in a Facebook post, the parent who was very upset by the note said in part, and please, if you're reading this, think about how you can remove your unconscious bias and racist motives before you step out of your home and engage with anyone who doesn't look like you. So once again, once the district was made aware of the situation, they acted swiftly and fired the substitute teacher. And they want to reiterate that these lists were not racially motivated. In Kennesaw, Ayanna Crystal, CBS 46 News.
Ayanna, thank you. A man opens fire on 3 would-be teenage robbers, killing them all.
And today, the parents of those teens are speaking out. A warning for parents next.
New numbers from the CDC today on the lung-related illness linked to vaping, how health officials are trying to figure out what's making people sick. That's next.
And a slow-moving storm causing widespread flooding across parts of the South. Stay with us.
Thanks for making CBS 46 the fastest growing news in Atlanta.
Family, teachers, and friends of 3 teens killed in a home robbery attempt are now coming together to remember the boys and also teach tough lessons about making good decisions.
This as their families plan 3 funerals and police investigate a crime. Haley Mason is live at the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office, where police are still investigating the attempted home robbery and shooting. Haley.
Yes, we're at the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office, where they are still investigating. It's a very active investigation as questions still surface about stand your ground and if this was a justifiable self-defense shooting. Nonetheless, there are 3 families at the center of this who have lost 3 teenage boys. They're trying to plan funerals for as early as this weekend.
I just know for a fact you'll never get nothing out of this, being in the streets.
Standing in front of balloons from a vigil, family and friends of Isaiah Reed, Jaime Hernandez Jr., and Brandon Gresham are grappling with the loss of 3 teenagers who died Monday after being shot to death by a homeowner. Police say that the boys were trying to rob.
This is not about somebody that died from age. You know what I'm saying? This is about some little kids doing the wrong thing. And it cost them their life. You know what I'm saying? It cost them their life.
Wednesday night, hundreds came out to remember the teens who were just 15 and 16 years old in a vigil and balloon release. Their principal from Salem High School in Conyers spoke to console their classmates.
And please continue to keep Salem High School in your prayers as well.
Behind the pain of losing 3 young lives is the reality that it did not have to happen.
Isaiah had a passion for music, Jamie had a passion for sports, and Brandon also was a sport kid too. Like, he liked sports too. None of them was older than 16. None of them.
Maybe we need to start getting to the youth a little bit more. Old heads got to start speaking up, because just like that, somebody can die.
The hope so many here say is that teens like them headed down the wrong path will turn around and make changes for themselves and their communities.
I know I'm not the best role model, but I love. And my message to you kids, life is cherished, the streets ain't.
And the Reed and Hernandez families tell me that they may be planning funerals for this Saturday morning for Isaiah Reed and Jaime Hernandez Jr. No word yet on when Brandon Gresham's funeral may be. We just got the incident report on this shooting from police is heavily redacted. We're waiting for more updates on if there are possible charges, but still very tough lessons for this community to learn this week. Reporting live in Rockdale County, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.